So why I got my BERNINA L890 really comes down to three reasons that all are about controlling my materials and making my projects last. So reason number one is because I use upcycled materials. So, I work with a lot of denim, canvas, I work with a lot of upcycled clothing, materials that come in generally odd shapes and tend to fray a lot, especially when washed. And when you're buying stuff secondhand to sew with, you need to wash it. An overlock will let me control and use all those little pieces that I use for my projects. So reason number two is helping me make things that last. Sustainability is just as much about the life cycle of what you make, making garments that are really durable or bags or quilts that will last a long time. It's just as much about that as about the materials. And I tend to make a lot of bags, quilted bags. And while this is my tote pack pattern, the instructions have you bind the inside. I did that because I know a lot of quilters don't have overlocks. Ideally, you would be overlocking every seam in here, everywhere where pieces come together, just to give it that added security. I mean, this is a bag that I want to use and have forever. Having the reinforced overlock edges would really help that. Reason number three is an overlock is going to help me with my favorite technique, which is also a technique that anybody who uses scraps or anyone who upcycles should know, which is patchwork. Patchwork is my favorite way to take a bunch of random things and bring them together and make them into a cohesive whole. And just as an example, this is the inside of a patchwork skirt that I made last year. And as you can see, I've worn it a handful of times. I plan to keep wearing it, but it is a hot mess. Now, if I was turning this into a quilt, yes, that would be hidden, but still having an overlock and being able to clean up those edges, keeping everything in place, will make the whole process so much easier. And I plan to do a lot more patchwork in the future. In fact, I have one project, a patchwork suit, no seriously, that I've just been waiting to do for my L890. Come back for the next one because I also have to tell you why I'm obsessed with having a cover stitch machine and why I got the L890 specifically, because it does some really cool things.